I promised you guys that today would be dumber than yesterday, and I think looking at the title card, you can all guarantee that is true. So, hey, I'm Aaron.
I'm Michelle.
This is our post-Shriek Out reaction, the 31 days of horror movie reviews, all part of Thorgiween. And this is the final week, and in honor of the full moon on Halloween, we are doing Werewolf Week. And this, I'll be real with you guys. I was looking for a different film. I was going, okay, I think that I just reviewed yesterday the classic 1940s Universal Wolfman movie. By the way, I actually think it might have been late 1930s. I did actually check the date before I started saying this. Anywho, doesn't matter now. That review's in the past. Can't change it now. But I was thinking to myself, well, maybe to contrast it, I should review the Benicio del Toro 2000s remake of The Wolfman. And I think that's up on Hulu. So I went on Hulu, I typed in Wolf, and what popped up is this movie, Wolfcop. And I went, well, I did something cultured yesterday. So I should really do something insanely stupid today. And oh my God, was this insanely stupid. However, maybe it's Schadenfreude, but not Schadenfreude. Oh God, what's the situation where you've been kidnapped and you start to fall in love with your kidnapper? Oh God, I forgot what it is, and I use that term like all the time when I'm talking about bad movies that I like. But yeah, thank you, comments who are going to fill it up on there. God, that's going to drive me insane. But yeah, maybe it was just that. But there are moments in here in which I looked at and went, you know what, I could actually kind of enjoy this film. I mean, I'm not, but I could see myself enjoying this if they did something kind of different with it. Like, there's a moment in here in which I looked at and went, this is a really bad movie, but it might make a decent TV show. What this movie is about is about this small town, and I will just let you know right now, this is one of those movies that they don't know how stupid they want to be. Like, clearly this is not supposed to be a serious film, but it's never really dumb enough to be parody except for one montage. One montage in here is actually dumb enough that it's like, okay, this is the level of stupid you should have been the entire film. But then, like, throughout the rest of this film, they feel like they're taking themselves too seriously to be as dumb as a film like Wolfcop should be. But, I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself on this. The premise of this film is that it's set in this small town, and it stars this cop, and it starts off with him, like, waking up late for work, even though he wakes up when his alarm goes off, so I don't know why he's late for work. But he
hit the snooze button too many times.
No, it's like an old-timey, like...
Oh, that kind.
Yeah. And he's got, like, man, you just instantly know what a sleazebag this guy is. Because it's all the stereotypes of what sleazebags are in films. Like, he might as well have had, like, a half-eaten box of Chinese food just sitting there. Oh, no, they do the donut joke a lot in this film. But he wakes up and he's got, like, a velvet painting of just a naked woman above his bed. And he's in bed with another woman already, which that's one of like the laziest tropes to show is like, oh, this guy, he's up to no good. He had a woman in his bed. It's like, what the fuck is that? Who gives a shit? So like, it's the 2000s, man. Okay, whatever. Fine. But so he races out there, gets to work. And if you want to know, like, the level of intellect that goes into this film, or the type of people you're going to run into in this film, the town has a big festival coming up that's an annual festival called the Drink and Shoot. Where you just get drunk and shoot guns. And that's the kind of film that this is going to be. That's the level of intellect that went into this thing. But there are people out in the woods where they're conducting dark rituals and something, and you don't exactly know why, and that's kind of the mystery that's going on. But then there's this other guy who comes into town who for the longest time, I kept looking at him going, who's that guy from The Lost Boys? Oh God, he tried to start up that band not that long ago. God, I cannot remember.
We're not good at remembering names today.
This was not,
We're sorry.
I am off my game today, and I apologize. Corey Feldman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he kept looking like I really had to stop and make sure that's not Corey Feldman, right? Because it really looks like Corey Feldman. It was not. But there's this guy, he comes in town, and he's like the hotshot hunter guy. He's like wearing like a leather jacket, has like an entourage with him. And his story never even really goes anywhere. Like, he ends up tying back around into the cult, but it almost feels like something they just thought about, like, oh yeah, we forgot to do anything with that character. Like, hey, he's part of the cult. All right, fine, there, done. But so yeah, it's just kind of random and all over the place and just really stupid here at the beginning with all the stuff that's saying up. But anyway, there's a politician who is running to replace the mayor, and he's the good, upstanding guy, and he's going to change this town all for the better. While the incumbent mayor, she's up to no good, and she just wants everything to be the way that it is. And yeah, so it ends up the guy running for office, he ends up dying, and the cop is investigating it, but then he ends up getting kidnapped by the cult and having something done to him, and he wakes up and he's got like a pentagram drawn on his chest, like not drawn, but carved into his flesh. And he's just like, huh, that's weird. It's like, no, hospital now. Go to hospital. Geez, at least you need a tetanus shot right now, man. You don't know what they cut you with. But he's just like, I guess I should cover that up, not let anyone see. He was like, no, you go and you tell him, I was investigating this, someone did something to me, and now I've been cut. Hospital now, please. So he finds something that's happened to him, and now all of a sudden he can smell things better, and all of a sudden he's a little bit more alert, and something's happened to him. Nobody knows what's happening to him, but we know what's happening because it's the title of the freaking movie. And then he goes and transforms into a werewolf, and this is maybe the dumbest werewolf transformation scene I've ever seen, because it's him going and using a urinal, and his penis is the first thing that starts transforming.
Do you see it, or is it
Yes.
just like, oh, wow.
Yeah, you see it like start sorry for getting graphic on this. But you see it start like inflating like a water balloon, and he's like screaming out, and then you see blood start going everywhere, and then, wow, this video's not getting monetized. And then it just explodes with hair. It looks like a boom mic. Like, it looks like when you get like that little, like, the furry holster on a boom mic. That's what it looks like. And then the rest of him transforms, and then he wakes up in a jail cell, and the guy who has him in there, no wait, it's not in the jail cell yet, that's later in the film. But he wakes up, and he's handcuffed to a bed, and the guy who found him and handcuffed him is like the town troublemaker. He's like this guy who's he's the town drug dealer, effectively. And the two of them form like this weird alliance because he's the only one who now knows the secret, and he's trying to help him at night so that way he doesn't transform into the Wolfcop again. And so he's got him locked up in the jail cell, and he transforms, he turns into the werewolf again the next night. But then a call comes in at the police station, no one else is there, so the Wolfcop hears the call coming into the police station, and he grabs the doors of the jail cell he's in and just rips them away. He could have just done that at any time, I guess. And he goes out, picks up the phone, robbery, got it, hangs up. And then the guy goes, no, man, you can't go out there, you're a wolf. And then the werewolf just goes, cop. And then he puts on, like, the cop uniform and goes and stops this robbery. And then he just goes, like, this is the one time in which I looked at this and went, I would actually watch this TV show. There's just a montage of him, like, driving around town, just like he goes up to, like, a bunch of kids spray painting graffiti, and he goes, my turn, and just starts peeing all over them, which, okay, that part's, I could do without that on the TV show. But then you see him, like, driving around, and he's got his head out the window, and he's sniffing, and he finds a meth lab by doing that, and then he just starts, like, ripping the flesh off of all the meth dealers. Like, there's a moment in which one of them is running around with no skin on his face, just a skull screaming, and like, alright, this is the level of stupid I was expecting for this movie. This is the level of stupid it should have been the entire time. But it's really only one montage. I'm like, man, if I had more of this, I'd be a lot nicer to this film right now.
Like you mentioned, you can see this as a series. Is like, yeah, I can like see this like an animated series on like Adult Swim.
100%. This is an Adult Swim show.
I mean, they have Axe Cop, so why not?
I should think that was Fox that had Axe Cop, but yeah, but that was
definitely like one of those adult cartoons.
That was Fox when they had their animated at midnight block trying to be Adult Swim. Yeah. Oh god, I remember that thing was a mess. But yeah, that's really the only thing I can say about this. Like, there's this woman that comes into the police station afterwards, and she's like dressed as Red Riding Hood, and she is just hitting on the werewolf, and then she just fucks the Wolfcop as a werewolf. And then he transforms back into human, and then the lady, I'm gonna spoilers on this part now, then the young hot lady transforms into the old mayor, and it's revealed the mayor's running the cult, and the cult needed to create a werewolf so they could sacrifice the werewolf to give them all something. I think like immortality, I'm gonna say.
Whatever,
sure,
that's usually what they always sacrifice shit for.
It really is not important. Listen, the appeal of this movie is Wolfcop rip flesh off people. You got that in the montage. I was like, all right, I kind of got that. And then at the end, you see him like attacking the cult members, even though he's attacking them during daytime. So I'm not even sure why he's the Wolfcop anymore at this point.
And it's like, let's just throw all logic out the door. With
It's like don't question anything. Don't. You saw a penis turn into a boom mic. You don't need. You don't need to ask any questions right now.
By the way, that's not how wolf or dog penises look, anyhow.
Don't question. Don't bring this up. Not the thing to take away from this movie. But yeah, this film, it is really just whatever they wanted to do in whatever scene, and it doesn't even really like make sense going from one scene to another because, like I said, the werewolf goes out to solve these cases because apparently his drive to be a cop and to be a good person and save the day is so powerful it overwhelms the wolf's senses or something. That's what they're trying to kind of sell it as. But the entirety of the film up until this point is saying that this guy is a fuck up. Like, all the other cops make fun of him for not doing a good job. Like, there's a big board that they have at the police station that says, cases solved, and it's him and the one other police officer there, and the one other police officer is like 27 check marks, he's got one. And then, like, you know, they find like a dead body, and like the coroner is making fun of him for always being late and always being lazy and always being drunk. And like, the entire film is saying this guy is bad at his job. He is not a good cop. And then, when he becomes the werewolf, all of a sudden, that's the most important thing to him, and that's what is able to overwhelm the wolves. And it's like, none of this makes any fucking sense. None of this, like, and it's not even like me going like, okay, well, it doesn't make sense in terms of like the cult's logic just doesn't match up or anything. It's like, no, it's a dumb sci-fi film. Who even cares about all that stuff? I'm saying it doesn't make sense in the terms of you set up a specific thing for this character. And now you've just decided he's the complete opposite of that because you need him to be the complete opposite of that for this premise to work.
Like, it would work if, like, if his wolf instincts take over, but he also doesn't want to kill anybody who's innocent, so he, like, takes it out on the criminals and stuff.
Well, that, or maybe, like, he actually does want to be a good cop, and he's trying really hard, but he's just, like, maybe he's out of shape, and he's just, like, not really that, that talented, and
he's just really depressed. And
yeah, something like that. But then, like, when he gets the wolf powers, then that passion he's always had now is in the body that can make this stuff work. Which, by the way, again, we reviewed Maniac Cop earlier this month, and I have to come in here and say it is very weird in 2020 to come in here and it's like, no, let's talk about how this cop can be very good in this film. It's like, yeah, okay. It's like, no, we've lived through this year. We know how this is an awkward thing. But speaking in terms of the story that this thing is trying to tell, I have to critique what they're trying to tell here. And like, yeah, there are ways that you could make this work. How he's still like bumbling and he's not very good. You know, like have it be that he wants to be good. He wants to be better. You never get that sense from him. You never get any of that sense. But if that is what they did, then it can be like, okay, well now he's got the superpower bike. It's, you know, it's the superhero origin story thing. Like I'm the nerdy guy and I want to do good things, but I'm just so weak and tiny and puny. Oh, radioactive spider bit me? Oh, now I can do cool shit. Yeah, they could do something like that. They don't. There's just, it literally is like, they thought of the scene of a werewolf dressed as a cop going around town solving crimes as a werewolf, and they just put it in the middle of a film and forgot to write how they should get to that point. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not a good film. Even when you see the title Wolfcop, by that logic, it's still not that good of a film. However, as I said, the entire point of this is just to watch a werewolf with a badge on go around solving crimes. And when it gets to that actually happening, I'm like, I could watch this show. Yeah, I don't like. Yeah, I get why you made this film, but I mean, like, there's no like, You probably shouldn't have still. Like, I get why you made it. I get why you made it, but it doesn't. You were so busy asking whether or not you could do something, you didn't stop to ask whether or not you should do something.
Like, if you wanna see like a wolf solving crimes and stuff, like go read Fable or something like that.
Yeah. This, you know what this is? This is the drunk redneck version of Fable. That's what this is. That's exactly what this is. Oh man, I'm glad you went out on that. But yeah, that's it. That's day 2 of Werewolf Week. We had one good film, one stupid film. Tomorrow's film gonna be kind of right there in the middle.
Yeah, somewhere in the middle.
It's alright. So,
Yeah.
so make sure to come back around. Not the best sales pitch, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys. So yeah, make sure to come back for that. And as always, happy Halloween. Bye.